Making a video. I think, anyway, yeah, not so many videos lately. I've just been busy and such. And a lot of time-consuming stuff. Watching people's videos that are, 2 hours and whatever long. So, I guess I'll finish up with that one some other time. The racist guy. Nice enough guy, but yeah, just, he basically thinks black people are ugly. That's what it comes down to. Doesn't like the aesthetics. So he contrives this whole, we gotta separate because, it's just too silly. Let's separate over everything. Let's divide each other. Let's all separate, blonde hair, black hair. Yeah, let's separate about blue eyes, brown eyes, tall, short, fat, thin. Let's separate over everything. People are just insane. Yeah, it'd just make the world so much a better place if we can just create some more borders and more ways to piss each other off. Great. Anyway, that's not the subject of this video. Really, it's a complex subject, I guess. I watched the 3rd edition of Cosmos. Well, I watched 3/4 of it. And I didn't even bother watching the last quarter, my computer crashed and, I didn't even bother. It's like, who cares? It was just so nothing. It's just all this, who cares? All this up close and personal shit with Newton and whatever his name, Hawks and some other guy, and all this intrigue about who stole what, and who did what first, and who thought what, and you're just like, why are we bothering with this crap? It's like the evolution story in Darwin. There was another guy who had basically the same theory, and so if Darwin didn't publish, the other guy would have published. I mean, these are all truths we were going to find out anyway, and it's all nice to have heroes that found it first, but, and I'm glad we all know their names, but do we really need to know everything? And do these people really think they know everything, stuff that happened, 200, 300 years ago? Oh yeah, let's tell this story like you actually had breakfast with him this morning and he told you all about it. It's just pretty irritating. So, yeah, the science is just, no explanation of rotation and the physics and all that stuff. Just, let's just waste time with all this little bullshit. And it's like, man, this is not, this ain't the story. So anyway, just opposed to that is a TED Talks I saw. Some guy talking about parasites. It's sort of interesting. These are parasites I don't think I'd seen any of these particular ones. Some worm that lives inside a cricket's just horrible. Just really disgusting. And then this emerald wasp that, lives inside of, what the hell was it? Might have been crickets again or something. I can't remember. But anyway, just cricket wasp. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, anyway, just horrible. Caterpillar ones and, And so the subject was just because these were, some of these were like zombie animals. They were, at one point the caterpillar is so controlled he's not even alive anymore. They just keep a little bit of his neurology alive so they could make him fight off people that might trespass on the wasp larvae, and just totally using the organism. Some talk about that in the in the sense of the parasite with the rats that drives them to go towards urine so they get eaten. And there was other examples, brine shrimp and flamingos, because the parasite, so it causes the brine shrimp to change color so they're easier to see and to clump together so they're easier to grab. So the flamingos can eat them, and anyway, no point in going through all that crap. But it is the nature of the living organism is just so... parasitism is probably the better word. It is a, even more than cannibalism, is this living off of dependency. And it's just so dismal and horrid and disgusting. And it's, but that is evolution. So anyway, I guess the thing that bothered me was at the end of his little speech, he did the little Darwin line, all so many wondrous kinds of living things, blah, 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 And, even Darwin doing that crap, this wondrous horror kind of crap. And people often say that about life. They call it interesting or something. So we're back to the, glibitarians. They just, as long as it's not them, right? But yeah, you're just dumbfounded. But that gets back to that racist guy again, too, though. Because he seems perplexed by this idea that you as a rational being, having arrived on Earth through, no mistake of your own, obviously somebody else's imposition, that you wouldn't be somehow interested in the next round of victims, as if you wouldn't feel somewhat invested in them, because you basically got here through this similar or same mechanism, and they just find it somehow they can't understand why this would bother you. Why you would be concerned with the future if you found this circumstance dissatisfactory, or even, just even contemplating what exists now, and that you'd have some sort of interest in preventing, the worst of it from being perpetuated unnecessarily. If you see something, you see a building fall down from an earthquake, it seems quite logical to say, well, what can we learn from that? So the next building doesn't fall down the next time. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Just seems a logical impulse. I don't know why that is confusing to people, that I would feel invested in the welfare of beings who are going to arrive through the same process through which I arrived. And it's not going to be it's a circumstantially different world that will produce them, that will construct their perception, but the nature of their consciousness isn't going to be much different. They'll either be bigger or lesser assholes, and have experiences that are more or less enjoyable. But much of that is dictated by what we do. We're there. We're the past and present that future is going to be made out of. We're part of it. So I don't know. Well, anyway. So I guess I really don't have a video in all of this. I just have a, it's just what my brain has been mulling over. Navian Gray Text made a video about the hypocrisy, I guess, duplicity of people's concern for the welfare of a couple of animals in Denmark, that were euthanized for, I would argue for, expedient reasons maybe, but not inhumanely. Seems kind of wasteful, but, why? Would be the first question. Why, isn't that just an instinctive, visceral reaction, not a thoughtful reaction? I mean, every organism is going to die. If you can kill it before it's never knows old age or ill health, you probably did it a favor. But certainly in the environment where so many fully sentient, equally sentient organisms are tortured and abused and killed for bacon sandwiches. You gotta, you're like, isn't this kind of speciesism just as bad as racism? Is it any more of a, but pigs are too ugly? Oh, they're not interested. They don't have furry enough antlers or something. They need some. They actually did have wings. Even if they couldn't fly, if they could just flap them, maybe that would do it for you. Maybe you could give a damn then if they were unicorn pigs, that little horn with glitter on it. Maybe that would do it. But otherwise, they're just too ugly, right? Yeah, too ugly. Not cute enough. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And it's sad that that's what runs the world. So there's no icons, no authority, no construction of the system that where that's the where the higher standard is the standard, where logic is humiliates that kind of nonsense. Instead, it just comes from a few dissenters in the crowd. They're never going to be heard anyway. And so the hypocrisy just goes on. And it sucks too. So, a couple of interesting videos. Some Seth guy and Wayward guy made a video. It's just all these arguments need to be made in some kind of it does have to get tightened up into some sort of piece of propaganda art, and so that's sort of what I'm thinking about, and so I'm different techniques of doing that. So I'm a little distracted by those thoughts, and I did a video. There's a video on the physics channel, and the draft science, and I think that's an important subject, and just so few people are interested, and it's just kind of disappointing that there's nobody to talk to about such things, and so sorry, it's kind of a nothing video. Well, it's you just recognize. It's just sometimes I'm stuck with the realization that people are just too stupid for the conversation. A real conversation about what life is. And they can sit there and, like I said, this TED Talk guy did the whole spiel. He just threw out this crap, and then at the end he had to put some sort of three pigs bullshit on it, some sort of, and they lived happily ever after or something. Well, it's nothing. It's just horrible the way people think. I think it's just horrible the way they think. So anyway, I have notes, and I've been writing this stuff, but I just haven't been, I've been busy and lots of distractions and, life and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what I do. But there also hasn't been anything to respond to. Nobody's saying anything that's, means anything. So it's just a little bit of a slow period. I don't know how many, I don't see myself spending a long future getting into the particulars of the race debate, the separatist debate. It's not even, like I said, they all have silly reasons. Which is, some people, black people are do this, do that, to And, you know, it just has to do with, yeah, just some sort of silly aesthetic crap. You know, yeah, we'd all like to have neighbors who aren't too loud and that they don't eat food we don't like the smell, and you know, it'd be just really nice if we just don't have to deal with anything, you know, that isn't in our comfort zone. But you know, but these people's comfort zone is so narrow. Yeah. Just silly to think we can't live without them. You know, and this whole obsession with intelligence, you know, when you can think that, you know, we're probably at least 20% dumber than we were 200 years ago. When you think of what men did at what age, in terms of their accomplishment, you know, we are kind of feeble-minded by comparison. But we get along, don't we? We still seem to invent and blow things up and whatnot, so, you know. So anyway, yeah, that's all. Just a useless complaint video, I suppose. So I want to do some painting and whatnot, so we'll see if I get to that or not. Yeah, I'm just really tired. I'm always tired. Feel good. Yeah. So anyway, until next time. And such. Using less electricity, so we'll see if this works out. You know, I'm gonna try to make the electric company pay for their bullshit. Reform my behavior.